All right, so about a day or two ago, I seen this post on my Facebook news feed, and the comments I got kind of stunned me because I'm like, well, damn, the disrespect. Because bias aside, I've always had Ludacris in at least my top 15 hip hop artists of all time. I would say from about the late 80s to today. To have him anything lower than 20 is disrespectful. Now, as far as who my top 20 hip hop artists are of all time, I'm gonna save that for a whole different video. But the comments I saw was baffling to me because I'm like the complete and total disregard to what Ludacris has done from about 2000 to today, his influence on hip hop. And it's coming from a lot of young bucks, but I had to break it into two different groups. I had to break it into hip hop fans who are over the age of 25 and the fans who are under the age of 25. And Ludacris from the under 25 crowd, they're basically giving Ludacris the same treatment that Ice-T and LL Cool J getting. Like, oh, I'm like, hey, yo, where does Ludacris rank in your top 20 of all time, top 10 of all time, or your all-time hip-hop goes? Like, Ludacris, you mean the dude from the Fast and Furious movies? Hey, where does LL Cool J rank in your top 20 hip-hop artists of all time? LL Cool J, you mean the dude from NCIS? Where does Ice-T rank in your top 10, top 20, top 30 hip-hop artists of all time? Ice-T, oh, you mean the dude from Law and Order? Y'all see what I'm talking about? Now, I don't necessarily think Ludacris has to worry about getting his flowers from his peers and his fellow hip hop artists because he most definitely does. It's just the newer fans that kind of overlook him. I always felt like he was overlooked and underrated as far as being a lyricist, as far as an overall hip hop talent, and as far as being an entertainer. He's definitely a lyricist. He definitely has bars. No matter how campy and animated and out there he might have been, but that was part of Ludacris' character. That's what made him unique. Because nowadays, a lot of artists, especially the newer guys, they're basically all just copy and paste of each other. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this in the most disrespectful and blunt way possible. If you try to downplay or discredit anything that Ludacris has done in the hip hop game, but you're a fan of NBA Youngboy, have several goddamn seats. You have lost any and all credibility to discuss anything regarding the hip hop. You don't know shit. And I know the very question that you guys are going to ask me next. Well, what makes Ludacris worthy of being mentioned in the top 20, top 15, or maybe even top 10? Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Ludacris, from about 2000 to 2010, that's when there was the most competition in hip-hop. A prime Jay-Z, a prime 50 Cent, a prime Eminem, a prime DMX, a prime Nelly, and, you know, then the later 2000s when Lil Wayne was really starting to make a name for himself. And guess what? Through all this, Ludacris still remained relevant. He still remained one of the top names in hip-hop. And now, while Ludacris didn't have a particularly long run at the top, I would say that Ludacris's prime, his peak and best years, was from about 02 to about 2008. Then 09, 2010, we kind of started to see him drop off a little bit. And while Ludacris didn't necessarily have a long discography, he still made hit after hit after hit. He didn't miss, he didn't have a bad album, and he rarely had a bad song. So it was always quality over quantity. And then some of these artists nowadays, they come out with a mixtape, every 2 months, every 3 months or whatever. They oversaturate themselves. And it's like, well, damn. I mean, they give me pretty much the same content, the same songs, and the same style on every mixtape and every album. So that means that they get burnt out a lot quicker. And when making a greatest of all time list, which is subjective, or when making a top 10, top 15, top 20 list, you got to ask yourself what criteria you're judging off of. Are you judging it off of popularity? Are you judging it off of lyricism? Are you judging it off of relevance, how long they've been in the game? Are you judging it off of albums, record sales, radio play? Is that like, what criteria are you judging it off of? Because from 2000 to 2010, Ludacris checks all those marks off and then some. But I would say with that in mind, Ludacris deserves to be somewhere between 11 and 20, if not number 10 in the greatest of all time. And from the 2000s decade, he's definitely top 5, in my opinion. But anyway, what do you guys think? Is Ludacris overrated, underrated, or is he right where he needs to be in his stable of hip hop? Peace out.